Hello there, and welcome to Horizons Anew video game review, where we look at the absolute best that the video game world has to offer. And today, I really need to talk about the Evercade. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the Evercade. Hopefully many of you out there have already got an Evercade, and hopefully anyone who's watching this video, when they get to the end of it, they'll want to buy an Evercade because it's something that everyone should really try and support as much as possible, because these guys, it's made by Blaze Entertainment. They're the company that make the Evercade, and they've just ventured out into other things as well, which we'll talk about later. But they're a company that really should get as much support as possible to do the things that they do, because in terms of owning physical media, they're probably the best company at the moment, like working in the industry right now. And I just want to sing their praises. I want to talk about the Evercade because it's something I'm passionate about, and it's a product I absolutely adore and I want to spread the word about. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Horizons Anew, please do so now. Horizons Anew needs you to subscribe, and remember to tap the bell icon so you always know what's on the horizon. So let's take a look at the Evercade. The Evercade VS is powered by a 1.5 GHz quad-core processor with 512 megabytes of DRAM and 4 gigabytes of internal storage. It has 4 USB ports on the front, so up to 4 players can play against each other, so it lives up to its name as a versus console. It outputs at 1080p resolution and has built-in Wi-Fi, which makes updating the console really easy. It uses proprietary carts for the games, and these can also be updated when the console's updated, so very easy to stay up to date with all your games and your system. Now, Evercade originally, the very first Evercade unit was a portable unit. You could hook it up to a TV, but it's primarily a portable unit. Same sort of design, the red kind of Evercade design. So that was the first one, and they have released another portable version of the Evercade EXP, which I will cover, but I'm gonna save that for another video because I kind of feel like that deserves its own video. So this video is primarily concerned with the Evercade VS, the console version for your home and TV. So I'd be really interested to get your thoughts on what you think of the design of the Evercade. But I really think it's a fantastic design. I don't know quite what it is about it, but it's just such a neat little, such a neat little unit. So in the comments down below, let me know what you think of the design. Are you a fan of it? Do you think it could be improved? But I mean, I absolutely adore it. There's only one issue for me, and you may have seen in some of the unboxing footage. When I first took this thing out, I took it out from the wrong way and actually lifted it like that from the little compartment there. And I don't know if by doing that, if I slightly sort of broke this flap here, but I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't quite sit level. There's definitely a little gap here. I feel like it should sit level like that, but you can see it will pop up just a little bit. Maybe that's just a design flaw, or maybe I screwed up when I unboxed it by yanking it from that position. But yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. I've tried putting things on top of it to push it back down and to just see if there's a way to click it back into place. But I mean, it's not such a big deal, just being a little bit dramatic about it. But it's just a little bit annoying because sometimes you can see it doesn't quite sit level, and I don't really like that. But apart from that, this unit is so well designed, very cool to have in your setup, very easy to use, nothing too complicated. Doesn't overheat or anything like that. Seems to handle everything pretty well. So the controller is also got the same sort of branding on, that red kind of branding and stuff, which is excellent. Looks great as well. Got shoulder buttons, an excellent D-pad. Buttons are perfect, no complaints there whatsoever. Obviously it is wired, so you're gonna have to get used to having those long wires everywhere once again. But yeah, solid controller. Feels like it could take a beating. Some of these games that you're going to be playing, you're going to be mashing these buttons, and it feels like this will actually, be able to sustain that, which is good because you don't want one of these breaking within the first 5 minutes of playing these games. So yeah, excellent controller. So let's talk about the Evercade cartridges, because they come in these lovely boxes, and one of the best things about Evercade, in my humble opinion, is it doesn't take them an eternity to produce these things. So there's a lot of limited run companies out there, limited run, strictly limited, a lot of these companies, you pre-order, so you order your game, you're pre-ordering it, and it takes them an eternity to produce these things. Like, I know that there's special editions and they're probably waiting on certain, little things to be produced for the collector's editions, but still, waiting a year for a game, they need to do something about that, in my humble opinion. Like, you need to sort of produce these things a lot faster. Now, Evercade, they will announce a cartridge, and within a couple of months, that cartridge is going to be ready to go and you're going to be able to buy it. And that's what I like about them. And they're producing these, great cartridges here. They always come with a nice color manual as well. So they're producing these stuff, and putting it on these cartridges and making these manuals within, and getting it to you within a couple of months of you buying it, which I really appreciate. And I think that goes a long way to sort of tell you what kind of company they are. Because, yeah, they just get the job done quickly, and you don't feel like you're waiting forever for your cartridges, which is great. So pay attention, other limited run companies, and speed up the process. The unit will receive updates via Wi-Fi. Luckily it's got Wi-Fi on board, so you don't have to do the whole USB thing, downloading something to USB, putting it on the unit. It's got its own Wi-Fi, so it can download all the latest updates. And it's been doing the thing recently where it's actually patching the cartridge itself as well. So not just the firmware and the emulator, but it's actually updating things on the cartridge as well. And as far as I'm aware, it's actually sort of overwriting the cartridge. So your cartridge will always be as good as it can be. Now, I haven't sort of read anything definitive on that, but it does say cartridge patching when you insert some of these cartridges after a firmware update. So correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone out there knows, but I'm pretty sure that these patches are actually writing onto the cartridges, which is great for the physical media because it means you always have the latest version on that cartridge. It's not like you'll have to download it again if you use it in the future or whatever. So you may be asking yourself what's actually on the Evercade, what type of games are on there, and it kind of splits into 3 categories, I guess. Well, actually 4 now, because they do some of their original games. One original game that they just released was Full Void. This was actually built from the ground up to run on Evercade. It was published and designed by the guys at Blaze as well, and this game is absolutely fantastic. I'll do a proper review on that soon. But yeah, so they're starting to do their own versions of stuff. They do have obviously licensed games like the Duke Nukem collection. But it's worth noting that Duke Nukem 1 and 2 Remaster, that's like an Evercade exclusive at the moment anyway, and Blaze worked on that as well and produced that from the ground up, redoing the old games so that they ran much better on the Evercade. And obviously they've got the license to Duke Nukem 3D and the other games in the Duke Nukem, the ones on PlayStation and everything. So those are sort of special carts, you know, along with stuff like Xenocrisis and Tanglewood, and carts that just have these ports of popular games, and they have like the two games on the cartridge. And then you have more where there's, you know, 6+ games, and they're kind of split up between the arcade. So you have Evercade arcade games, which are by the different companies, and those are in the purple cases. And then you'll have ports of collections that are based on versions of the games from consoles, and usually they'll tell you if they're 8-bit or 16-bit. They're going 32-bit and also up to 64-bit. Whether they can go beyond 64-bit, I'm not sure. There might be some technical limitations, I would imagine, to go beyond 64-bit. But yeah, at the moment you can buy collections that go from 8-bit all the way up to 64-bit, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they're going to produce in the future, because you know, they definitely have ramped up a lot of their collections, and they have said that this year is going to be a pretty big year for them. So really excited to see what they can come up with, what new collections they've got. Hopefully some more arcade stuff, and you know, bigger titles from bigger studios. So yeah, I really look forward to seeing what they're going to produce. Other things I like about the unit are it does a game of the month, which is really cool. So every time you update it, there's usually a new game of the month on there to sort of, I don't know, give you a wider range of games that you can play and stuff, and promote some of the games that are on there. There's tons of hidden secret stuff on there, which is really cool. There was one really funny one where you could watch the credits of all the team that worked on this unit, and you could fast forward it and keep fast forwarding and fast forwarding and fast forwarding, and after the credits had gone, there'd just be a black screen that you're fast forwarding, and then there would be a little message that comes up that just says, "Seriously, are you still doing this?" And then you keep going, and then they'd be like, "Come on, man, you really need to stop this. This is crazy. Keep going," and then you get to the end of this this kind of thing, and there's a link to a video. So I was really excited about this, and it's just a link to a YouTube video of a cheesy 80s song, which was kind of amusing. So it just kind of shows you that these guys have got a sense of humour, they know their audience, and yeah, there's tons of little secrets like that, and loads of secret games to unlock as well, which is an added bonus. And then there's certain cartridges where if you insert, say, Toaplan, they've got 2 cartridges out. If you insert both of those cartridges at the same time, you're going to get a bonus game on top of what's already there, which is a really awesome thing to do. So hopefully I'm going to entice you to purchase an Evercade, and I highly recommend it. There's a variety of retailers where you can get an Evercade from, Amazon being one of them. And if you'd like to support the channel, then please consider using the affiliate link down in the description to purchase your Evercade, and really help out the channel. But wherever you get it from, just make sure you get it, because amazing system, and I don't think you'll regret buying it at all. So in closing, I'll just say that Evercade made a very strong start. It's growing all the time. It's got some amazing games on there, and I'm going to be reviewing Evercade games going forward, try and get as many as possible out there. And yeah, it is just a great system to support. You get a lot of rewards from it, and hopefully this video has encouraged you to want to go out and buy one. You will not regret it, I promise you. And I think there's just more and more great stuff on the horizon from Blaze and the Evercade. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and like and share, and see you next time.